Hey everybody, I am back. All right, here we are again. All right, so in this latest installment here, I am going to examine some things related to this surprise, surprise, latest arrest. So I'm trying to understand why exactly she was arrested a couple weeks ago. It sounds definitely that it was related to it was like the summer of 2024 when she made that infamous call to the courthouse threatening to blow them up with a love bomb. All right. And she was supposed to go to court for this. And she didn't make it to the court date. She just can't do it. She's so busy working, she can't make it to court. So I guess she missed that, and I thought that was like a year and a half ago that happened. Because I remember her telling them, I don't think I'm going to, on the phone, she was saying, I don't think I'm going to make it, and then she just went nuts. So was she just arrested now for something that was well over a year old? I mean, does it take that long to, serve a warrant and get somebody arrested for something they didn't do a year and a half ago? I don't know. This whole incident is filtered through her only. We're only getting her side of this, and it turns into this big story about the bounty hunter, which is, I guess, whoever was going to got her to come to some place where they arrested her. I don't know. But it turns into just a big, like a script that she's written, and she's playing a character who, she's sort of this benevolent friend to all the people in jail. And it's like she aligns herself with the downtrodden. But then on the other hand, she's got this side of her that's like this, fucking spoiled brat that yells at everybody and alienates everybody. So there's a lot of duality here, which I guess is part of what makes this so interesting. So what I'm going to examine, there's a little bit of like a sidebar going on, some things I noticed, besides the obvious, which is that she fucked up again. That I want to discuss here. So what we're going to do is I've got a few different little clips that are kind of all related in the same last few weeks kind of world, I guess. And this first one is going to be her. She's being driven, I don't know, she's probably being driven to another court-related thing. I mean, she's spending a lot of time out in front of Santa Monica Courthouse. That's sort of the representation of the government that she hates so much, the whole system. So she's out there, she's been really yelling on that megaphone. Lots of that. And this time she's being driven somewhere, and there's something I'm going to point out. So let's start. All right, we have a clip here that we're going to watch, and I will be kind of skimming through it, moving to the parts that I think are like the most interesting. So we're not gonna watch the whole thing. And she's being driven. I don't know where she's going. You got to sometimes do some guesswork on this. She may be being driven to maybe a courthouse or something, but she's got a new butler, a new man Friday here, so to speak. I don't know who this guy is, but he doesn't go into the spotlight. Really, he kind of stays in the background. He's a mystery man, the latest simp sucker schmuck who hasn't gotten sick of her yet because he's still doing her favors. And we are going to hear him. Now, what's kind of funny is he's either a completely compliant yes man, or he's kind of going along with this just for his own entertainment. It's hard to tell. I don't think we're ever really going to learn much about him, but we can hear him agreeing with absolutely everything she says, no matter how insane it is. He goes along with the program. And that's how you remain friends with Daisy, is 100% compliance at all times. Don't give her a hard time. So here we go. Let's listen in on this.
Locked up, it puts their friends and family in this impossible situation where it's like you have to pay a ransom.
Yeah.
And then you find out who your friends are. Because
now this I've got to stop at. You're in trouble, you need bail money, and this is where you find out where your friends are. Look at how crushed she is. Have people abandoned you, Daisy? Have you no friends? Nobody has several $1,000s to bail you out because you fucked up and were irresponsible? Look at how devastated she is. You find out who your friends are. Well, Daisy, you've had plenty of friends. You've had a lot of friends. You could have tons of people and family around you to support you. But you fucked everything up. Daisy, this is on you. I also have received intel that one of her most diehard friends, and the person who actually probably did the most for her, Mary, Mary's finally taken a step back. Apparently she's reached capacity with Daisy. So she always seemed to be there to kind of put up with everything and go, cavorting around on the beach and joining in with the fake marriage that we witnessed. It's amazing what's already happened in just 3 months of this new year. So you don't have Mary's not going to be driving you down to DCSF, whatever it's called, to do your speeches, to get you over to where you're planting your stuff. So now that we're on the subject of friends, whatever happened to Gary? Gary was also somebody that she suckered into having him drive her around for a little bit. Where is he? He's gone. Super Bruiser Hero, he was from like a year and a half ago. He was the substitute father who's now AWOL. We had the gay blonde guy who was sort of a fixture late last year. Haven't seen him lately. Or Mother Russia. Whatever happened to the drop cut technology leggings? Remember that collab? Very transient situations here in Los Angeles. People come and go. Daisy, you had a ton of friends. You had people who genuinely cared for you, supported you. You've got a family who would probably be happy to have you back. Everybody would be happy to have you as a friend, but you fucked everybody over. You fuck them over, because all you know in life is one-sided. I don't even want to call them relationships. It's all 100% about you. That's why. Now somebody did bail her out, so I don't know who came up with the money.
people who are outcasted from their family, and the way that it's set up.
You know what? Hang on here. Again, this is the... She's only seeing things from one perspective and one perspective only. Occasionally she has some, moments of clarity, I guess. She knows. Because you completely have not taken responsibility for yourself. Why are you in jail? Because you didn't show up for a court hearing. And you knew you had to, but you kind of blew it off, is what happened. That's why. Don't blame anybody else for this.
It is set up like a kidnapping, because you take this person away and then you ask for a ransom, and if they don't pay the ransom, then they do worse in court because they're in custody. And
you were warned beforehand that you had certain responsibilities you had to fulfill, which is just finding some sucker to drive you, or you take a bus, or you do what you got to do to get to a court hearing. It's that simple. But she's turning it into this like industrial kidnap complex sort of thing where people are just randomly victimized. See, she can't see. She's got, victim tinted glasses on and interprets everything that way. So yeah, she's locked into that. It's very myopic.
Always get higher punishment, and also you're willing to take anything because they have leverage because they got you, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have to get you. If you just, did what you're supposed to do like we all do. We pay our fees, we pay our taxes. If there's some important meeting, no matter what it is, whether it's for work or something else, you show up. You're present for it.
Yeah.
And if you're not in custody, you're in a much better situation because you're not locked up, and it's just like better bargaining, because when you're locked up, you'll do anything.
Oh yeah. I mean that system totally benefits.
Yeah, and if you're not looked up, like
you hear him. Oh yeah, it totally makes sense. Yeah. Oh yeah. Who is this? Who's this Mr. Yes Man? All right. So again, I don't know. He is kind of like a background guy here. I believe this is the same dude. We're gonna be watching this clip in just a minute. This is here where she, went over to that child DCSF, I think it's called. I think that's down in the Downey or Lakewood area. It's quite a drive from Santa Monica. That's halfway to Orange County. Anyway, there he is. Look at him. He's got these, look at those sunglasses on, and he's kind of incognito there, standing kind of at attention, kind of like a CIA agent. Doesn't he look like that? He's got some papers in his hand there. Like, this is the program for today. We got the whole itinerary of what's going to happen here with Daisy. He's clutching it with his fingers, and, he's got, but he's kind of closed off here. His arms are kind of, I don't know. I guess he's either wants to, this is not me, is what he's saying with his body language, or he wants to look a little intimidating and official. Official, this is our biz. All right, let's get back to this. That's it. That's how you move.
Yeah. So it's just like a really messed up system.
Totally.
And the older lady, Maria, her car got impounded, and it was over $1,000, and I don't think that she has the money to get it, which means that that's what it was when I talked to her.
Uh-huh.
So it's going to keep going up.
Yeah. So,
and I'm not saying that to be heavy, but I'm just saying it to say that imagine if we said, "Oh, Maria, you don't have enough for here. Take the whole box of Sensodyne, give it to your friends."
I don't know what she's talking about here. Sensodyne? Isn't that a... Oh, wait. Now I know. That's toothpaste, right? She's talking about let's share toothpaste in jail or whatever. See, I mean, this is just going so far off the mark of whatever. I mean, show up for your court dates. Then you wouldn't be...
I've found that if I like something, usually my friends like it too, here. And if you ever need help with groceries, just take what you need.
Yeah.
It's okay. And instead...
She's saying... steal them? I'm losing, what are we talking about here? She's talking about Maria, who was somebody I believe she met in jail. And she's kind of going off the point here. I mean, anything to distract from the fact that Daisy fucked up.
So, pillaging and conquering is directly tied to government and market economy and the war. And this is an addiction. And we have to stop, and this is what court is. It's just manifested. That's why I'm sober from this. So that's what I'm going to tell them. I don't do this.
You don't do what? Taking care of your responsibilities and going to a court date because you keep getting arrested. It's like she's trying to just, I'm detached from it, guys. I'm not doing it anymore. I mean, what a world that would be if, there are uncomfortable situations. You just say, I'm done. I'm sober from this. I don't have to do this anymore, and, I'm done. If only it was that easy. In her world...
And I'm kind of glad Steve ghosted me, because I probably would have had Jeff be my lawyer.
Okay, so Steve ghosted her. Steve, I think, was the name of that lawyer guy that she had been hanging around. His little code name, his little nickname, I think, was Grasshopper Steve, possibly. There's so many characters in this production, but I think that's it. So are we also led to believe here that he's had enough? These people that have kind of clung on to her, the crazy Daisy boat, they've slipped away. Their fingernails have finally released their grasp, and they want nothing to do with her anymore because it's a nightmare one-way street. I think she's the biggest energy vampire I've ever seen. Well, at least on my YouTube days of looking around and observing interesting people. So I guess that's it. But she's got Jeff. Jeff is another lawyer, I guess, that could represent her. But I think she's going to represent herself. Say.
Yeah.
And I just want to speak my truth. But you'll see, they probably gonna give us a piece of paper and be like, "Hey, take Daisy home."
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hopefully we get.
So when people get locked up, it puts...
All right. Yeah, there's the yes. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Well, hopefully. Yeah. I mean, everything again. Yes. Yes, Daisy. Yeah. That makes everything makes sense. Oh, that's great. Wow. But that is how that is a friend. And he's not a friend. He's a thing. He's an object. He's the next donkey. To pull the cart after the last one collapsed. She doesn't have friends. She doesn't have family. It's always a one-way street. Okay, we're going to move on because we've got some more things to look at. Here we go.
So that's why I just want to be my own.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens. They'll probably throw it out.
Yeah.
Because I never got served with any restraining order from my mom. I just know that I missed a court date, but I never got notice of another one, and I don't know if I've never been notified.
This is ridiculous. Okay, if you knowingly and probably willingly miss a court date for something that was involved having to do with an arrest, wouldn't you be a little keep on top of it? Hey, we got to do certainly we got to have another court date, and I mean you stay on top of this stuff. And she's I don't know, I didn't get anything. It's like a 14-year-old or something, probably just out on her skateboard, just the thought evaporates. And well, I mean she's been living for well over a year, I guess, without apparently doesn't matter. I guess as long as you can get away with it, that's all that matters. So
that's how they do it. If they don't have a file to prove of service, they cannot charge you.
Yeah.
And also, those are my 3 kids, and all I was doing is saying I love you and dropping off gifts.
Okay, well, the thing is she's been arrested, I don't know how many times for doing just that. Driving down to her mom's apartment and knocking on the door, trying to leave gifts, trying to see the kids, and over and over and over again, she's been told to stay away, and she's got everybody in her family, I guess, has got a restraining order against her and whatever. I mean, it just doesn't, it's never going to sink in.
I'm not going to go because my daughter is 9, and I don't know where she lives. And I also don't want to stir the pot. And my 2 boys said that they don't want me to go. So I guess my kids know that I want to see them, and I just gotta wait and help other parents and do the DCFS stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Andy help me figure out with Rico, between Andy and Rico, I'm gonna get certified to teach court-approved parenting classes.
Okay. I think this is possibly the most insane thing I've ever heard her say, and that is saying a lot, because it's, you think once she can't top herself. Certified, she wants to get certified to teach court-approved parenting classes. Okay, this is somebody who will not show up for court dates, is completely irresponsible, keeps getting arrested, keeps getting felony charges. I knew I was gonna stop at this point in the video because this is just ridiculous, laughable. But I mean, the fertility treatment stuff she was talking about a few months ago, which, the thing is, you don't know if she's full of shit. You always have to bear that in mind. She might be just yanking your chain. This is the next thing I'm going to say that's going to, get their attention, which is what this is all about. But I don't know if she's serious. Now, here's something I want to point out. When she's saying something like this, there's I believe it's government-oriented. I don't know. It's probably subsidized by somebody. But there's a parenting partner program. It's all part of this, and people have a hard time hanging on to their kids, like she has. There are ways to, I guess, educate the parents and try to help reunite them. So Daisy always wants to be an expert in the field in which she completely fails. She's like the last person. And I'm saying that because I don't see a lot of change in her that would make me feel that she's a safe person to be around, that she's educated or enlightened or introspective enough to be a teacher in this sort of field. She is very much a student in life. She acts like she said she's a genius guru. You know, she's got all the answers. She's offended when you don't listen to her, when you try to correct her. You know, she's all right all the time. But the thing is, Daisy is a toddler when it comes to the game of life. You know, she lost her kids. She's no closer to mending that relationship than she was the day the police came and took the kids out and away from her. Daisy is not even, I mean, she's certified. What sort of certificate would somebody hand Daisy? You're qualified, Daisy. You know, you got anger issues. You can't follow court dates. You know, you're not following your children's wishes. I mean, she acts like she is, but she's not. And I don't know who this Andy and Rico are, but they seem to be new players, new supporters. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe they're people, part of her team at Step Up. But this is just really a, oh my gosh, just, you know, she always wants to be above. She becomes the expert in the field in which she fails.
And then instead of charging the parents for parenting classes, I'll make it more of like a 12-step style group, but it'll be modeled after the 5 steps.
There it is.
So, you remember them?
Remind me?
Oh, this guy actually asks for it. Remind me? I don't know. There's something about the tone of his voice, too, and just the fact that he doesn't bother to talk to her in depth about any of this. He's like, yeah. It makes me wonder whether he's doing this just for the shits and giggles, maybe. All right, with this next clip, bear in mind what we just heard from her, that she wants to be certified to teach court-approved parenting classes. Okay, so we're going to check this out. She's down at the DCFS right now with her bud, the White Knight back there. Let's see what's up.
You got on. Take it off. How's anyone supposed to hug you, feel your beating heart when you got that shit on your chest? Why are you bulletproof? Why you got all the shields and the armor? Open your heart and soften. Why the weapons? Why? This is the
Here's another person who, got up in the morning, the next contestant on the show, who had no idea this is what she was going to confront. Although she is ready. She's ready. She got her little vest and everything. Looks like she's strapped. And this is what she's confronted with. So, happy Tuesday, lady, or whatever day this was.
place of children!
It is.
Why? Why all the weapons? You gonna blind me with the pepper spray? Or you gonna sparkle and open my heart and twinkle my eyes and look into my soul? You gonna blind me? You gonna shoot me? Why are you covered in weapons? This is what were you doing to families? These are our resources. Weapons
Yep, there he
and
was. You
war.
saw him for a second.
Families, unite now. I am here not to lead us, not to be the special one. I'm here to awaken us right now.
That's right.
We are going to be self-governing. No more government. No more market economy. My kids.
Let's stop and put this into perspective. All this screaming and yelling, tantrum, wall pounding, door kicking is all about the fact that she was irresponsible. If you cut through all of this shit, she fucked up. That's what is really behind all this stuff.
My universal needs are not for sale. You don't get to withhold all my universal needs and sell them back to me. I'm not going to pay for food. I'm not going to pay for shelter. Government pay for everything. I broke the fucking matrix and I'm ready to break the court.
Okay, what did she say? Did she say the government's going to pay for everything? I can't quite understand the word she said, although I thought that she was going to destroy the government at the same time. If Daisy breaks down and destroys the government, she's not going to get her free food, her free medical care, her free housing, and her free team of therapists who don't seem to be doing too much for her. So think before you act. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
I'm ready to
Don't
break
kill
the
them.
government.
Don't shoot the
I'm
horse.
ready for heaven on earth. I'm ready for us to be liberated. I'm ready for us to be free. For us to be in ecstasy because the enemy of greatness. The enemy of ecstasy is greatness.
Okay, the enemy of ecstasy is greatness? You know what? Why am I even bothering? Why am I bothering? We're going to take a closer look at this guy because this is the funniest part of this video for me. I just love this. Look at this guy. Look how serious he is. There he is back there. This is a man who's not getting laid. All right. This is a guy who doesn't have a girlfriend. I don't know. He probably works because, you got to have money to buy gas these days here in Southern California. And he spent all that money driving her down so he could stand there. Look at that. Like a good little soldier, with his arms crossed like a bouncer. He's got his CIA papers in hand. This is what they're going to accomplish today as he stands there. This reminds me a little bit of how John used to, John's first appearance with Daisy was in his motorcycle helmet, preaching alongside of her at the courthouse, which I found incredibly annoying. I mean, the Bible style preaching was just, I don't know what's worse, is listening to the 5 steps, possibly a combination of both. But this guy, what's going through his head? My most cynical self is that he's just hosting the parasite in front of him until he finally has his fill. He can't get into her pants, but he will take second best, which is to be her servant until perhaps he just gets burned out, or perhaps he is a fellow mocker and is kind of going along with this just for the experience and not getting too wrapped up, but still, taking basically her entire day to drive her down. Stand there. You know what it is? There's a little bit of Anthony in this guy. Anthony, now that's one person I don't think has abandoned her. Anthony's he can put up with a lot. And Anthony is like Teflon. You can throw anything at him. He's a cheery guy. He always seems kind of peppy and upbeat. He developed and worked on her websites. He was the voice in the background when her and John were working on putting together the call to L.A. Very excited to be involved. I'm sure he put together her, she's got a new website, Daisy the Vent, I don't know, whatever. She advertises Zoom meetings that you can do with her. But I think he's still hanging around. Something a little bit, these Anthony-style guys, the faithful dogs, they make me smile. All right, we are looking at the web page of the organization that she wants to be certified for to teach court-approved parenting classes. So this is Parents in Partnership. This is part of the LA County Department of Children and Family Services. So this is tax funded, okay? This is a government program. This is the contradiction that I am seeing here, is that she wants to destroy, take down, and level the government because it's horrible, but now she wants to work with the government. She also, everything she relies on is government funded. 100% government funded, with probably some extra money from, the suckers that she somehow seduces or whatever is going on with that. But this is, she's got a big contradiction, big torment going on. She's very conflicted. So let's take a look at this. Now, this is what the program that she was saying in the car. Okay, in the car. It looks like it's a organization that helps people who've been separated from their kids for one reason or another, and you are counseling, mentoring, and helping parents, I guess, get back on the right track so they can be reunited with their children. I would imagine anger management, which she has completely failed at, is on the agenda, along with other things that can get in the way of having a cohesive family unit. And she was telling that guy in the car, mystery man, telling him she wants to use her 5 steps of liberation, sort of like the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. She's got her own system. That's what she wants to bring to this program. And, I imagine that this program has its own method. I mean, they've already developed like a step-by-step thing that they have found that works. I'm sure they've got to screen people who are, capable of being in a leadership role. And, this could be maybe something Daisy, which I don't think she's ever going to be able. Let's be honest. I don't see her ever being qualified to do this because I just really don't see her changing much as her life rolls on. But this is what she wants to bring her 5 steps. They would say, no, we have our own program. Let's say she did get close to being part of this. And she sits down once again. She's got a lecture. Oh my God, those lectures about the 5 steps. Well, they're going to tell her we've got our own methods, and then she's going to flip out. The voice will be raised. She will start to object. She will explain loudly why she is right, why they need to listen to her, and then she would just, throw a fit. It would just tumble and explode into a big mess. So I am going to wrap this up here. It's already over a half hour long, it looks like, what I've got going. I had a few other things I was going to add to this, but I think this is actually a good place to stop because you get the picture. I think I've covered this section of the program. So yeah, I don't think that she has any qualifications as of yet to, she's going to be released from jail and then immediately start to get certified to teach people rules that she herself refuses to follow, and she wants to teach them to other people. She hasn't even completed any sort of, course. Well, I mean, she's like ongoing, probably forever, the therapy. She's not demonstrating, at least in my mind, anything that makes me believe that she has the discipline to be in a position to tell other people, instruct them on what to do. She's got weird hours. She goes to bed early. She wakes up at 3 a.m. She's got all this stuff she has to do in a certain order. Whatever that is. If she's expected to do a little extra work. I mean, guiding and leading people, this is hard work, man. I mean, she just plays at everything. Everything is performative with her. She wants the easy way out where you're an instant guru. You go from being a fuck up to instantly being the leader of everybody. And that makes her not an original when it comes to this sort of West Coast mentality, which I live among many of this sort of thing where you're complete fuck up, homeless, and I know everybody's story is different, but let's say you're not helping yourself in a way that would be constructive. You keep fucking up, you keep making mistakes, you make choices that are screwing you over, you are self-sabotaging, but at the same time, you deem yourself Christ, basically. And she's doing the same thing. She talks about Jesus, and a lot of people down there, the whole Venice thing with all the misfits and the oddballs and the homeless, as they like to rattle their mouths off. That's numero uno. And the other is that somehow they've got a pipeline right to Jesus, or they are Jesus. It seems to go along with the kind of the symptoms of, whatever issues people have. Is it's the complete, fuck up, not demonstrating in day-to-day life that they are actually, godlike, but then they are, and you better fucking shut up, go along with the program, or you're going to be discarded. Like a piece of crap. So we're going to see how long this new guy lasts. That's it for now. Thank you so much for, once again, watching and listening. And we'll wait until the next installment of the Daisy Show. So thanks very much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.